Fear is a natural human emotion that can sometimes serve a protective purpose by keeping us alert and cautious. However, when fear becomes excessive and uncontrolled in recovery, it poses serious dangers. Unchecked fear prevents us from taking the necessary actions to reinforce our sobriety, clouding clear thinking and decision-making. It generates overwhelming stress that damages physical and mental health. Fear can even be self-sabotaging, used as a flimsy justification to relapse and escape back into the comfort of addiction. Fear is an intense emotion triggered by perceived danger or threat, whether real or imagined. It can cause panic and impair rational thinking, yet fear also has a protective purpose by alerting us to peril. For those struggling with addiction, fear can paradoxically keep them trapped, afraid to face life without the comforting familiarity of their addiction, unable to envision a satisfying, sober existence. Overcoming this fear of sobriety is vital for recovery. Fear can keep people trapped in addiction. The individual may have the clarity to see how much substance abuse is destroying their life, but the idea of leaving their misery behind frightens them. This is because there is comfort in the familiar, even when the familiar is far from ideal. People who are trapped in alcoholism can develop the idea that their life is as good as it can get. They can imagine that a life in sobriety is dull and unsatisfying. They are frightened by the idea of facing life without alcohol and drugs. It can all seem like a great deal of work with no real reward. Some common fears in recovery: fear of failure, fear of loneliness, fear of intimacy, into me I see, fear of risk, fear of pain, fear of abandonment, fear of rejection, fear of looking, sounding stupid, fear of what someone might think, fear of punishment, fear of poverty, fear of exploitation, fear of missing the big chance, fear of fear, fear of letting go of fear. While getting sober ends substance abuse, it does not end all trials in life. Those in recovery still face fears and difficult emotions just like everyone else. However, the difference is they can no longer escape or numb themselves through drugs and alcohol. An inescapable challenge for many in recovery is learning to manage fear effectively without resorting to addiction. Most perilously, being consumed by fear robs us of the ability to find true fulfillment in recovery. It obstructs the journey towards developing genuine emotional sobriety, being fully present, self-aware, and at peace without the need to numb emotions. When we are gripped by fear, we cannot tap into the freedom, gratitude, and authentic joy that sobriety can provide.